welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sianda. I just wanted to basically shout out to everyone that has been on this journey with me. And thank you so much for the likes, for the comments, for the what's this? Is it reviews? Yeah, that. Sorry about that. Reviews and yeah, all the nice stuff. I know that I said I'm going to be consistent with this with the channel, but I haven't been consistent. I haven't posted in like a long while. It's been crazy because from graduation, like preparing for the showcase, graduation rehearsals in between, running of lines, being on set, and all of the works. It's been hectic, and then also I had to come home and all of that. So yeah, but I am back. We are here. I just wanted to, so today I wanted to touch on a particular topic. The reason why I wanted to touch on this, I've been struggling with what I want to talk to you guys about. There's just a million things happening in my head. But then today, because of a situation that happened, when was it, yesterday or the day before yesterday? Day before yesterday. So what happened was that we went to the mall. I was buy cars. So we went to a mall. We go to the mall, and then and this is not the first time that this thing is happening. So I go to the mall. It's myself, my grandmother, and my son, right? Get to the mall, we get to Woolies. When we get to Woolies, okay, we grab a few things and all of that. So now problem is mistake to qala. So we singene kla aisle in a with the chocolate sweets, all that jazz. Bad idea. Okay, sangena ke kla aisle, and then now Mr. Ufuna chocolate, and I'm like, I don't know. Okay, let's grab this thing for him. And then so he grabs it, he opens it. And I'm like, my guy, can you open this thing when we are out of Woolies? Because we're not the thing is that you can say that we're gonna pay for it and all of that, but sometimes other shops don't allow for indoor isinjalo. Okay, cool, ngabe condo, carry on. Then when siyithathe le chocolate uba sizayibhatala, has a whole entire meltdown etilini. I'm like, what's happening? I'm like, okay, no, you're gonna sit here, you're gonna chill, you're gonna cry it out, and then we'll be on our way. Then he keeps quiet. Because the things that I'm not I'm not understanding why we're throwing a tantrum, because I explained to you that okay, no, we're gonna pay for it, you're gonna get it back. Okay, cool, we carry on. Get home. Then there's a situation. I think I was in the room doing something. I'm not sure what I was doing. So ushikile with umama a lounge. Now I don't know what's happening. Then I hear screaming and crying and all of that. Then he comes to me and he runs to me. I'm like, okay, what's happening? I said, no, mama did this and this and this. So he calls my grandmama. No, mama did this and this and this, and I'm like, okay, what happened? I said, no, I can't remember the story, but then he explains this thing to me, and I'm like, okay, why you like it? No, and yes, you're gonna know we are crying. There's a specific reason why you're crying. Why are you crying? Doesn't know how to answer, and I'm like, okay, no. The next time this happens, you're allowed to cry, but then you need to explain to us why you're crying. Or if you don't like something, say that you don't like something, right? You're allowed to say that. You have the right to say that. We don't want to beat you up. We don't want to do anything. Okay, cool. Which sparked how my parenting style has changed nowadays from the way that it used to be. So a bit of a backstory. So I gave birth to him in 2019. And then I raised him alone basically up until last year. 2022, yes. So for the first 9 months of my parenting journey, 9 or 6 months, no, just 9 to 12 months. Yes, 9 to 12 months. I was going through so I gave birth in January 2019, right? Carry on. And then thinking that I got this, and then carrying on thinking that I got this. I'm gonna do ABC. I'm gonna do a yay. I wanted to be superwoman. I spread myself so thin, financially, emotionally, physically, to such an extent whereby I was losing my mind. Literally, I was losing my mind. You would say something to me, I'm snapping. Either I'm having a whole, like a complete breakdown, and people would not, no one would understand what's happening. I was losing my mind. And then I got to a point whereby the reason why I got to the point whereby I felt like I was losing my mind, or I was technically losing my mind, was because of the fact that during my pregnancy, I didn't have an outlet. I didn't have a safe space whereby I could talk about the way that I was feeling at that time. If I wanted to cry, everything was in. Everything was in. I did not have a second or a moment whereby I wanted to sit down and just be in my feels and just cry. I did not have that luxury. So now, after I've given birth, now everything is coming up all at once. Had a complete meltdown at work. I was crying. I did not know how to stop because now everything is flooding at once. And then also on top of that, financially I wasn't doing too great because I was doing this thing alone, of which I don't want to say that's sort of the norm nowadays, but of which it's wrong. So it's it was that, also postpartum depression, and I was going through that. And also the fact that my hormones were I had hormonal imbalance, because another thing that people don't tell you is that your hormones do not go back to the way that they were immediately after you give birth. It does not work like that. It takes time to regulate everything. So that's where I was going through it all. Now I was the true definition of ukugoa, nangoa, nangoa. To such an extent whereby I started, I structured things in a particular way. I wanted my son to act. In which world do you want a 1-year-old or close to 2-year-old to act like a 7-year-old? So that's where I was, whereby I wanted to provide structure. I was projecting my fears, my insecurities onto him. He must not go out, he must not do this, he must not eat this, he must go to bed at a specific time, sleep training, we're doing all the works, and I'm trying to basically be that mom, whereas I had no help. I was also not asking for help. It wasn't necessarily because I didn't have help. I had help, but it's just the fact that I was not able to ask for it. I couldn't bring myself to the point where I'm asking for help. I'm sleep deprived as well because I was working night shift. Even though I had a sleeping nanny, but then I was working night shift. So now my schedule was from 4 until midnight. I come back home just before 2 or just after 1, depending on the day, depending on what's happening on that particular day. So and I'd sleep throughout, and then I'd wake up maybe about 10 kanje, or I'd go and fetch my son from the nanny. I had a sleeping nanny, so I'd go fetch him in the room, and then we'd play and all of that. Then that's how my day starts. So I was it was that situation. And then because I was going through a lot, and this is me being honest, because I was going through a lot, I used to shout at him a lot for being a toddler. I used to shout. I used to be that parent that shouts a lot. I used to be that parent that is always angry. That parent that is basically I used to instill corporal punishment on to discipline him and all of that, up until whereby I saw that, okay, this is not working, because now this child fears me, to such an extent whereby if he does something wrong, and then my grand is calling me, A, B, and C, And then I'm like, okay, I want to talk to him. He doesn't want to talk to me because he knows that he's gonna feel the wrath of God when he speaks to me. To such an extent, there was one time where I was doing like my regular check-ins, and then I was just doing like my daily check-in, like with them, because I was in Joburg at the time. And then he's like, no, I don't want to talk to you. I'm like, why don't you want to talk to me? And then I'm like, okay, put mom on the phone. Then the boys of mom, but what's happening? And then she says, no, he umoshile. No, now he thinks that uzomngcolisa. I was like, no, I don't even know what you guys like. What happened between y'all? Y'all sorted out. I want to talk to you. And then I said, no, I just want to check how you are. And I was like, no, I don't want to talk to you. And I was like, okay, it's fine. I'm not gonna force this thing. And then we carry on. So I was that parent, and to such an extent that now that I'm back, because I had to step away, I had to separate myself, because now I don't want, for lack of a better word, I was toxic to myself and to him. So I had to step away, do the work that I needed to do, because on top of that, there was a lot of things that are happening around me in life, losing my dad, losing my grandfather, leaving my job, moving from one position to the next position, still financially strained, still going through it all, still not be, yes, I've gotten, now, at this point, I've gotten to the habit of asking for help, but I was still trying to cover everything and be everything to everyone, and everything also. I was exhausted. My cup was like literally empty. It was not even half full. It was empty. So now I had to step back. And then luckily my grandmother took over the responsibility or the duties of being like a full-time parent. I had to step back, and then I think that was the best decision that I could have ever made for myself, because now I got to have a breather. I got to have a breather, and now I'm coming back with a, yes, I'm not saying that everything is perfect, everything is nice, everything is cute. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying that I'm coming back at a much better space than I was in when I left. Yeah, let me just put it like that. So now, what I've changed now is, I don't want to say what I've changed, but I want to say that what has changed, yes, that's the correct way. What has changed is that now I'm more of the parent that listens, and sometimes it's very hard, guys, to listen. I don't want to lie to you. This gentle parenting thing, yo, it's a lot. But I want to do it, right? I'm more on the side of listening to my child, having, like, teaching him how to express himself, teaching him how to communicate the way that he wants to, whatever he wants to say, articulate what he feels, and be like, mommy, I don't like this because of APC. Yes, I know he's a 4-year-old, but then he's able to say, mommy, I don't like this. Or mommy, what's happening? Once again, like, I saw this, and to ask questions, to be curious, to also to for myself to also be curious about him, what he wants, what he likes, what he prefers. And that's where I am right now. And yes, it's a lot, but yeah. So the reason why I wanted to speak about this was because of the fact that it's still an ongoing journey. But I like the space that I'm currently in, and I'd like to keep it that way. I don't have advice, guys. Every child is different. And we sikhula kumakhaya angafaniyo. We go through different things. We we come from different backgrounds. We have different traumas. We come from different, like, we have different goals. We have different perspectives, different views on everything. Yeah. So what I would suggest is, if you're a first time parent or a first time mom, or someone that has gone through a similar experience than me, pay attention. Pay attention to the things that other people say. You don't necessarily have to apply each and everything that is said to you by wonke untu. You take here, you listen to that, and then if you need to chop it and screw it here and there, do it. Ask for help. Ask for help. It's very important. Even if it's like 2 hours of can you chill with the baby? I just want to sleep. Ask for help, especially if you have people that are willing to help you. Ask for help. And also another thing, do the work on your end for yourself, so that you show up a better person. Because that's one thing that I didn't do for myself, was to do the work emotionally. That's what I mean, emotionally and holistically, because it has an impact on you. Because now I found myself in a space whereby I'm operating out of fear. I'm operating out of fear because of the fact that it's not necessarily that I fear the fact that he's not going to turn out a good person or a good person in society. It's the fact that I fear the fact that the other people around him, how are they going to influence him? Is it going to be strong-willed enough to basically say that this is not how I was raised? Or is it going to fall in line with what everyone is doing at that particular moment in time? I also had insecurities, like a lot of them still do. But then we're working on that. We are work in progress, guys. We are there. And then I was projecting what I wanted for him and what my fears were for him, which is not a good place to be, because now you're not allowing him to be himself. You're not allowing your child to show up as who they are. You're not allowing them to make mistakes that are age appropriate. Yes, if it's not age appropriate, you are allowed to say, okay, no, let's let's sit down. We're gonna reprimand you. We're gonna discipline you. This and we're gonna talk about it. Where's this coming from? So I didn't allow him to be himself, to be a regular 1-year-old, to be a 2-year-old, to be a 3-year-old, and all of that. I did not allow him to show up as himself, of which that was the mistake those are the mistakes that I made. Maybe there are a few here and there that I made that I'm not aware of, but then those are the ones that I'm aware of. So to add on to the list, pay attention, do the work, listen, ask for help, and also don't box yourself in. When I say box yourself in, being a mom is the greatest thing, or being a parent is the greatest thing that you could ever be, or like but don't forget that it's just literally one of the things that make up who you are. Don't forget about the other things that make up who you are. So yes, I am a mom, but I am still Sianda, that is a content creator. I am Sianda, the daughter. I'm Sianda, a friend. And don't forget to basically operate in those spaces as well, to tap into those spaces as well. Yes, you're gonna have to be mom on a 24 hour or 24/7 basis, but then don't forget to pour into yourself, because unfortunately you cannot pour from an empty cup. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Hopefully I said something that or I shared something that would resonate with some of you. I shared something that would maybe like you had a similar experience. Let's have a conversation. Comment down below if you wanna have a separate discussion, maybe like DMs, whatever. Gladly do so. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment, don't forget to do the right things. Share with your dog, with your cat, with your neighbor, with your colleague, with your coffee buddies, with your drinking buddies, everybody. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for the support. Yeah, until next time.